My magazine is called Trashed. This is symbolic to the genre of the magazine, which is indie. Trashed is symbolic due to it being the broken and misplaced, which is also words to describe indie musicians. The gender I have aimed at is males, but as with all magazines there are female readers, so I have gone with a target demographic audience of 65 to 35% to male. My age range is targeting a very pinpoint audience. I have gone for 16 to 25 year olds. These will be a majority of ABC ones, with 54% being that. This will be because they have more disposable income coming from parents at the younger end of the scale and having a job at the older end of the scale with no commitments during life. For my front cover of my magazine, my model is looking straight forward with a direct glaze. This is known as breaking the fourth wall. The shot type is a close-up, showing just his head and just the top of his shoulders. The haircut and checked shirt for the mise-en-scène is stereotypical of an indie musician, and people aspiring to this music and this genre will look forward to this and see him as an ideal partner and or ideal self. Carl Rogers, 1980. I have stuck to my cover scheme of predominantly red, black and yellow with some occasional white for my front cover. I have actually looked at a couple of magazines. For example, the Kerrang magazine. I took the top banner and took the idea of having my cover lines in boxes for them to stand out. My main cover line says of Chris James is just introducing the audience the artists I have featured in this week's magazine. My model's head is behind the masthead due to it being a new magazine and the masthead being more important. This is needed because I need it to stand out so my magazine will become well recognised. Also, this main cover line is anchorage to the main picture. I have got cover images like most magazines to tell you what is coming up inside, and the black banner at the bottom informing the reader of all the features inside, plus the shapes I have used, some graphics such as arrows, crosses and dots. I have also added the V's Festival as it is actual advert event and people will be interested in reading about it. This is to game readers. I have just taken a bog standard barcode for my magazine like any other normal industrial magazine would be like. For my contents page, I have very much pastiched the codes and conventions from this Kerrang magazine. By doing this, I have had my main image in the top half of the page with arrows with page numbers anchorage toward Burrell and Bath 1979 towards the picture, so the audience know which page number which artist is on. I have made my contents page in the top left hand corner with the date and issue number, just like this Kerrang issue. I didn't, however, have a picture of my dual page spread on my issue as Kerrang did. Instead of this, I chose to have a picture of my front cover where their editors section is because it is a special first edition magazine and I thought it would be ideal to have this done. My masthead is in the same place as Kerrang's but larger due to my magazine being unwell known. This is because if the front cover gets lost, it will be easier for the person who's reading it to find out what magazine it belongs to. On my editors section, I have challenged the conventions by putting a front cover, as I already said, and I have still written like an editor as they would, like in the Kerrang magazine. I didn't, however, put a subscription section in my magazine. I didn't really have enough space, and I thought I should just get all the codes and conventions on there before I started adding extras like this. I would, however, have a subscription if I was to do this again. I have pastiched the layout of the actual layout for the magazine with the boxes for the titles, page numbers being a different colour, and the text with explanation as well. I have pastiched an issue of Q magazine for my double page spread. I liked the way it was laid out with the crosses and the upmarket look. I especially like the crosses, that it breaks up the page and adds the fact of sophistication due to the mid-20s in my target audience. I also took the top half of the bar as I believe it was needed to fill the majority of the white space, and it fits in well. The chartboard, as part of my mise-en-scène, links in with the article, as the slug at the top right page I have pastiched from Kerrang magazine. I have stuck by my colour scheme of red, black and white. This is even seen by my model, as his t-shirt is red and white. Whoops. This is the same as my magazine, as it sticks with the same colour scheme throughout. My page numbers in the bottom right and left hand corner I have pastiched from Kerrang magazine, with the masthead on the numbers. I have got a drop capital at the beginning of my text, and the pull quote of now have a much better opportunity fits in well with the article, as it is about splitting up with his bandmates and becoming a solo artist. It is in these closities as it stands out and looks well presented on the page. My slug, however, could have been black and grey, as it is bright red and really stands out from the rest of the page, which isn't the significant section of it.